Hello, all my deranged fans. Welcome back to the Deranged Reader, where we talk about horror books, horror movies, and so much more. Okay, so I do videos once a week, starting the 29th. So, yes, the 29th is when I'm going to start doing these once a week. Because it's not that I don't want to upload videos and stuff. It is just that once a week is good enough for a lot of people. So yeah. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I like to call the neutering of horror characters like werewolves. Definitely vampires and other creatures. And then, of course, when you encounter an author that writes a traditional monster book, people kind of look at them like there's something wrong with them upstairs, which is one of the downsides of being a horror writer. And I kind of wonder if people are going to think that about me when I finally get my anthology published. But for people that want to know, I'm taking my time with all of my books from now on because I care more about quality than quantity. So anyways, so when we're talking about monsters in literature, we definitely talk about serial killers, cannibals, vampires, werewolves, things like that. And generally, and demons as well. So, when we're talking about creatures like this or things like this, we kind of look at these people that enjoy these types of things as being really sick and demented and stuff like that. And we like creatures without the teeth, without the claws. I personally don't, but that's just me. And so what ends up happening is that we have the watering down of these creatures. They end up going from being extremely scary and nasty to being hot and hunky and things like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I was on Horror Talk. I love Horror Talk because literally they are blunt about these books that they are showing you. So, so she was doing some horror book recs, and one of the books that she had recommended was Those Across the River by Christopher Walderman. I do hope I am pronouncing the guy's name right. I probably am not. And basically, it's about this guy called Frank and his wife that move into this manor, and the locals tell them to stay away from the woods across the river or across the way. And so, he's troubled by the Great War. It wasn't as fabulous as people thought it was going to be. And so it leads him down this very dark path, or this. She also had another book recommendation that dealt with werewolves that I am eyeing to acquire on my Nook. And it's amazing when you sit down and you watch these people talk about these books that they love. They're not fluffy, hunky men. These are creatures that will kill you. And then, of course, there's really twisted ones and everything. So, one of the things that you look at in a lot of modern day like werewolf and vampire books is you look at the neutering of these characters. Like, literally, they're all threat and no action. Or they will kill someone to let you know that they would kill you as well, but then at the end they don't actually do it. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand. You kill these people to get through this woman's sick skull that you are going to kill her, and then you never do. I quite don't understand that. Or you have werewolves that have the ability to give you the infection and it never happens. I'm like, they keep their mind, they keep their intellect, they keep their whatever, and nothing happens. But traditionally in books that are written with werewolves in it, every one of them will kill you. And I just, this is why I don't ever read shifter romances, because I just think they're a complete waste of time. But people love them. People love the watering down of these characters because psychologically, if you can control them, then you have control over yourself or something like that. I might be totally wrong with that, but that's my impression of it. So, for example, here's also something else, is I do not like when you make cannibals sympathetic. They're not meant to be sympathetic. They're meant to be, eat you. So there's a book that I plan on to read called This Delicious Death. And it's supposed to be a sappho type of book. But it's interesting about it, it's about these two girls who eat other people. And I'm like, okay, you got me in there. But I will be totally disappointed if it turns out to be, like, totally watered down, totally pointless. I would be like, okay, I spent money on a book that's so watered down that I just want the cannibals to be executed. Because they're not doing anything cannibal-like. Cannibals are interesting because they represent humanity at its worst, which is why I wanted to read it. I wanted to see humanity at its worst, and we'll see what I get. Hopefully I get humanity at its worst and not at its best. Because I'd be like, literally like, really guys, really? But that's my fear when I read that book, that the author has watered down the cannibals, trying to make them likable and lovable, and be like, what the hell did I just read there? I just don't understand. But I need my cannibals to be evil, nasty, and want to eat you. That's what I want my cannibals to do. I don't want them watered down. I don't want them to be sympathetic and lovable and huggable and snuggable. I want them to want to eat you. That's what I want. And that kind of makes me worried about modern day horror in itself. Womb. Yeah, it was Womb. That was okay, but it didn't give me nightmares. But anyways, we have different variations of like different creatures and all that, and it really kind of ticks me off when we have variations of creatures that we know historically were hated and were persecuted, even if it was all in that person's mind. So like I said, I'm making it a goal this winter to definitely double down on the horror, because I definitely want to enjoy that. But But that one book I talked about, like I said, I will start reading that book the 29th, because I'm going to be kind of taking a break from horror for a couple of days after Christmas, and I'm going to just read some mystery or some fantasy or something like that. But I will get back on the horror train the 29th. Anyways, another thing, I had plans. I don't know why I make them. I don't know the point of making them. But I've had plans that I was going to go to Barnes & Noble and pick up the Ocean Teal Nook, instead of, like, waiting on, the mailman to deliver it. And what ended up happening was I got my check, and my check was not enough to not only go to Barnes & Noble, but to pick it up and then have money get back home. And that is the big thing about these Lyft rides. They are expensive. And I did not want to call my brother up and say, hey, Steven, I'm about $15 short. Is it possible that you could wire me some money so I could get home? So what did I do? I went ahead and I ordered this was not the Ocean Teal one. I did not want to wait a week for the item to arrive. So I got the black Nook Glow Light 4, and sure enough, the case that I bought a year ago actually does fit it, so that's good. And I discovered I don't need a special edition of Nook Glow Light 4. It does the same thing the black one does. So I spent like $99 for it on Amazon. It's a refurbished one. And I actually did get the warranty on it, which wasn't that much money. It was decent. And yeah, I am very happy with it. Very happy with it. I was very happy when it fitted. That was also good. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have the Ocean Teal. It was a pretty reader, but I decided, no, I don't actually need it. There are plenty of people on YouTube and on TikTok that are doing reviews of the Ocean Teal. So, yeah, and I want to let everyone know that the reader is a heck of a lot more comfortable than the Nook Glow Light 4 Plus. I really like it. I really do happen to like it. Okay, so anyways, that is my video. And I will see you guys around. So until then, stay scary.